These people are surprised that you called them out to be the jealous, envious liar that they are. You see, there are some people, they think that they can get away with lying on you, with spreading rumors about you, all while smiling in your face. But see, you are very discerning, you have wisdom, and you know when somebody is not genuine. So they get surprised when you suddenly spot that they're a liar. See, a lot of women deal with jealous, envious people longer than they should because these people disguise themselves as being your friends. A lot of women who deal with jealous, envious women who disguise themselves as being your friends, you don't find out that they're a liar until later on. Normally, there has to be some kind of falling out, or more times than not, you start sensing that passive aggressive energy. What do I mean by that? There are some women, when they get jealous and envious of you, when they suddenly turn on you, that's when they grow distant. And the reason they grow distant is because it starts getting awkward because they know they're wrong. And see, you know they're wrong. You know that they started spreading rumors about you. You know that they started acting funny. They're not as enthused about the things that you say or do. You can sense the shift happening when you're dealing with a jealous, envious liar. But see, these people, they'll try to convince you that everything is the same, that you're just seeing things, you're hearing things. Oh, I'm not like that. But because you understand people's patterns and how they act, you can pick up when somebody is no longer for you. You can tell when the energy has shifted in the relationship. So these people, they get surprised when you find them out to be the jealous, envious liar that they are. And the word liar, you know, people who get passive aggressive and suddenly feel threatened because you found out that they were lying on you, they were talking about you behind your back, they were putting you down to people who you thought they were hyping you up to. They take issue with the word liar. And this is one of the famous phrases. Are you calling me a liar? People say those kind of things as if it's supposed to be a threat, but if the shoe fits, it is what it is. And when you find out that people are lying on you, because that's one of the telltale signs that somebody is turning against you, you have to call that out, or you disregard it and stop dealing with them. But see, people who are jealous and envious of you, especially if one time they were actually your friends, when they start spreading rumors and lying on you, it's normally because they see you doing better or you're surpassing them in some way. This is the reason why you have to be mindful that you are not friends with or in a relationship with people who are always in competition with you. I want to talk a little bit about the relationship part, because people who are jealous and envious of you and you're in a relationship with that person, sooner or later, their bitterness and their resentment is going to show through. I just heard about Candy and Todd, Candy and Todd Tucker. They're getting a divorce. But I think many people, if you were on the outside looking in, you could kind of see that coming. And while this video is not specifically about relationships, this does prove the point of how when people find out and you see them for their true colors, they really start showing themselves. Todd has said a lot of disrespectful things about Candy out in the open, and she just accepted it. He talked about how nasty she was, about, how anytime you're saying this is yours and mine's, he's showing his bitterness and resentment. Now, because Candy is considered what they would call a boss, she's a woman of industry, she's wealthy, I'm pretty sure she doesn't care about him. But the point is that when you're dealing with someone who is not necessarily on your level, and I know this might sound harsh for some people, but even though certain people, I know myself, I don't really judge outwardly, being spiritual, I don't really class people in that way. But the world judges from outside appearance and what you have. If you are a woman and you do not really want to deal with jealousy and envy coming from a person who is going to try to humble you and call you out and put all your business out there later on, you have to make sure that you are dealing with people that are on your same level, especially when it comes to relationships, or that you're dealing with people who can respect your growth. It is clear that this man, he's frustrated because he doesn't have ownership to anything that she has. Because she is a businesswoman, she crossed her T's and dotted her I's. She made sure that he was not going to be a financial liability to her. And I think that was smart, especially seeing that he had certain traits. But I digress. But the point that I'm making is that when people are not able to get at you on the same level, they will start talking bad about you so boldly as he is right in front of her face, or they will start talking about you behind your back, trying to say that you were the worst person in the world when you were actually the only one who was actually helping them or putting them on. But see, these people, they get surprised when you find out that they're a liar and they start showing their true colors. Everybody was right about them, and you are finally seeing it and they can't believe it. And you know this because now they start putting distance. When somebody suddenly gets distant from you, especially another woman that's supposed to be your friend, more times than not, she's a little bit jealous or envious, or something's going on in the relationship. Yes, I understand that people have their own issues. People go through things in their own life. But if none of that is happening and suddenly they start treating you like somebody in customer service, they're not really talking to you like that too much, they really don't want to hear too much about what you have going on, the energy is shifting and that person is growing envious and resentful toward you. And then when they stop talking to you suddenly, that's when the rumors start. You start hearing little things negatively about yourself from other people, and normally it's coming from the people who are closest to you. But of course, what'll happen with people when you find them out to be a liar and they get surprised, they try to gaslight you into believing that somebody is blowing something out of proportion or something is not being understood the correct way. When people suddenly develop jealousy and envy towards people whom they call their friends, whom they call their family, who they call the person they're in a relationship with, it can be very awkward and uncomfortable to deal with. But when you notice that they've been lying on you, when they've been talking bad behind your back, when they really didn't have your back the way you thought they did, it's okay to just quietly remove yourself from those people. In my opinion, trying to get an explanation from somebody who has already turned on you is pointless. It's not to say that you should never go about forgiving that person one day, but to sit in the company of a liar, especially when you've had interactions with them, you've asked them if everything was okay, you asked them if there was any problems, and they continuously tell you no while talking about you behind your back, that is a person you do not want to be around. So these people get surprised when you call them out to be a liar, and then suddenly they try to start gaslighting you, trying to make you believe that you're not hearing and seeing what you're seeing. Let me sip some of my water. I truly believe this is one of the reasons why many women do not have a lot of friends. It's normally a lot of passive aggressive nonsense, especially amongst women. And then when you start noticing that people are starting to lie on you and say all kinds of things about you, it really gets very annoying, and it can take a toll on your mental and your physical. And I will say the older you get, the more you crave dealing with more mature women. You don't want to deal with women whose form of entertainment is mainly gossip and rumors and spreading lies about other people. And women are good for this when they get jealous and envious of where you are in life or what you have acquired, whether it be a career, whether it be actual tangible things, whether it be a relationship. I actually heard a case of a woman when she got into a relationship with a man that this woman, supposedly her friend, she was interested in him, but he was interested in the friend, and they started dating, had a relationship and all of that. This woman actually spread rumors about her saying that she had an incurable disease. This woman was so jealous and envious of the fact that she got the attention from that man and she didn't, that she spread lies saying that she had an incurable disease. I don't know exactly how everything went down after that, whether or not she's still in the relationship with that man. But I can say when somebody tries to spread cruel rumors about you in order to get whatever opportunity, whatever relationship, whatever thing from you, that person is not your friend and they cannot be trusted. So when you call these people out to be liars, when you start noticing that their behavior is different, suddenly they're not as enthused to be around you, they don't even want to talk to you like that. And unfortunately, I've experienced those kind of things in my own life where suddenly it's like the more calm I became, the more I began to settle down into life, some of my relationships with other women kind of fell off. It's as if they saw me settling down into being a mother, being a wife, just kind of doing what I do day to day, as in somehow something against them. When women get jealous and envious of other women, or they feel like you're surpassing them in some way, they will try to convince other people that you do not deserve the things that you deserve, or that you did something underhandedly in order to acquire the things that you have acquired. How many times have we heard women lie about how other women stole somebody else's husband? Oh, she's a homewrecker. She's this, she's that. Some cases, of course, that's true. But a lot of times that's not the case. When women are jealous and envious of other women, sometimes they have to make up lies in order to make themselves feel comfortable with the reality of the situation. It would hurt them to their core to realize that a man just wanted to be with them and they got married and lived happily ever after. So they have to make up a story. They have to lie and say that she took somebody's husband. They have to lie and say she used to do this, she used to do that. When a woman is jealous and envious of another woman, they have to make up lies and say, there's no way she got that promotion on her own. She probably was dating so-and-so, or I heard this, I heard that. It's too much for them to accept that maybe your skill set, your degree, the time you have in actually allotted you that opportunity. They have to make up lies and tell other people that, you know, that the boss is her cousin, right? I heard they're related, so it makes sense that she got that position. They just make up things in order to make themselves feel better with where they are in life. So these people are surprised when you call them out to be a liar, when you notice they've been lying on you, saying all kinds of negative things about you, and now you no longer deal with them. Not only do they distance themselves, but you also distance yourself from them. Because let's be honest, who wants to be associated with a liar? Somebody who's constantly gossiping about other people, constantly looking for reasons to put you down when you've done nothing to them. They just have to make up lies. And women can be so cruel, people in general, but women, when they're jealous and envious of other women, they will hit below the belt with their lies. They will even attack a woman's children and say negative things about that woman, negative things about those children. I saw a video of a woman, and this isn't necessarily the same, but this little girl in church, I think she was thanking God for her stepmom. That's another situation, but I digress. She was thanking God for her stepmom, and the so-called elders or apostles or whatever, these ladies that were around, they tried to stop her from saying something nice about her stepmother and tried to get her to say something bad. This brings me to the next point of people who like to lie when they're jealous and envious. And her actual mother was there. Now, I understand for me, and this is a little bit of a sidebar, but still on point. As a mother, I've never been in a situation with step anything, so I really have not been there. But I can imagine hearing your child kind of give somebody else praise besides yourself as a mother. That might make you feel some kind of way. But to bully this child into saying something negative about the stepmother in front of a so-called church, that is heightened, envious, and just weird behavior. You know, when women feel some kind of way about another woman, they will not stop when it comes to how they try to get at you. They will even use children to try to bring you down, to say something negative, to make you look bad. I didn't watch the rest of the video because it was just really irritating my soul, if I can be honest. Just seeing them come at her and the tone they were using, the way they were talking, it just kind of reminded me of bullies from back in the day. Their whole demeanor and how they just had that, like, you know, that overbearing, obnoxious kind of way about them. It a little bit triggered me and reminded me of some people from back in my childhood. So I had to stop watching it. But I say that to say that bullying, cruelty, lies, jealousy, it all kind of goes hand in hand. And a lot of times it's learned behavior. You know, women don't just wake up one day, some do, but a lot of women don't just wake up one day and decide, I'm going to be a jealous hater. I'm going to lie on this woman in order to make myself look good. A lot of this kind of behavior is learned. And that was the point of me bringing up that story. This girl seems like she's a little bit old enough where she can't be brainwashed into being a bully or saying negative things. But a lot of women have dealt with toxicity, jealousy, envy from their own mothers while they were actually being taught how to be haters toward other women, how to be liars toward other women. But I digress. These people are surprised that you found them out to be a liar, and now they're trying to cover themselves. They're scrambling, trying to make you understand that it isn't what it is. When somebody shows you their true colors, I truly believe that you should believe it. Does that mean that people can't change? People can't be redeemed? Absolutely not. But when somebody who calls themselves your friend suddenly starts lying on you, spreading rumors against you, start trying to get other people to see you in a bad light, that is a red flag and not something that should be ignored. This is a lot of the reason why I believe women just forego friendships or close friendships with other women. But like and subscribe to the channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comments section. I absolutely love to see it. And if you have not gotten the books, How to Be a Feminine Woman, the Blueprint, that's available on Amazon, Girl on Girl Wars, a book on jealousy and envy amongst women, and How to Detox from Toxic People. We also have an All Things Woman merch shop. Go on there, get the unbothered handbags, shirts, All Things Woman, feminine energy. There are a lot of really cool products on our All Things Woman merch shop, so check that out. Like, subscribe, and share. Take care.